Hi, David. I was hoping you could introduce yourself and provide some background on your PFAS research.
Yeah, sure. So I'm David Hanigan. I'm an associate professor at the University of Nevada, Reno. I'm an environmental engineer by training, but I do, I guess, aquatic and environmental chemistry primarily these days. And so some of that involves PFAS or per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. So, in terms of the research that we're conducting on PFAS, it's trying to break this. I think one of my friends calls it the forever cycle, where we're pretty good at separating these out of drinking water or out of wastewater, various other media. But then what do you do with it? You get it concentrated, and then you have the challenge of what you actually are going to do with it. A good chunk of our research is understanding thermal processes or thermal destruction of PFAS. The thought is that you might be able to incinerate these. As a community, we need to make sure that they aren't just released as smaller, more volatile PFAS into the gas phase. And if they are, then we have air pollution control devices to capture and control those releases.
Is any of your research connected to the standardized EPA methodologies?
Yeah, so we use EPA 1633 pretty frequently, not specifically for gas phase PFAS. That method is for aqueous or soil solid media PFAS. So a lot of the gas phase stuff that we do would be more similar to like OTM or other test method. I believe it's 45 and OTM 50. So those are methods. We do, I would say, a little bit of that, but primarily for the gas phase stuff, we're actually measuring things online. So we don't need to take a sample with a canister like is described in the OTM methods. We can actually just take the output of our furnace and plug it into our FTIR. And so we do online measurements.
I appreciate you explaining that because most of my familiarity is with the drinking water methodologies 533,
Mm-hmm.
537, and then 1633. In terms of my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there's different matrices that standardized test applies to. So sometimes there is sample preparation and sometimes there isn't, or how the samples are prepared varies.
Yeah, so 537 is really designed for drinking water only, right? And so EPA will get after you if you say that you use that as people say, a modified 537 and we applied it to wastewater. That's really not EPA's intent when they put those methods out. They're very specific. And so 1633 is designed to be broader, where it can be applied to other matrices, like, yes, wastewater or soil PFAS. Correct. Yep.
Oh, very good. And you just mentioned that you recently installed a new LCMS unit. How's that working out so far?
Good. Yeah. I hired a technician he's a part time technician, research scientist is his title. And he has lots of experience operating those. And he's been, I guess, going through the training by the instrument manufacturer. But yeah, it's going very well. We're happy to have a brand new instrument with a warranty and service contract.
Well, that's good to hear. And what do you anticipate being the main ways you'll be preparing samples for the LCMS?
Most likely EPA 1633. Yeah. So
Okay.
we do some analysis of shorter chain combustion byproducts and things. Those likely will not fall into the EPA methods box. But yeah, anything that falls into a defined method is likely to be EPA 1633.
Very good. Thank you, David. I really appreciate your time today.
Of course.